Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. My name is High Priestess Ishra, and today's Circle of Fire is Series 2, Video 2 of my of my of my sexual interlude series. Today's video is Spiritual Husbands. Spiritual Husbands. I need to get my mind right, so let's listen to some music so I can get into this video and share with you my private moments with my spiritual husband. Okay, I'm ready. Hello. Hello, everyone. Sorry it took so long. I had to get my mind right. Today's video will be series 2, installment 2 of my sexual interludes. And spiritual husbands is a topic that is not really spoken about by actual people. You can get a lot of information, regarding outside looking in, but not really too many perspectives from the inside looking out. And I am a high priestess that's been married to several spiritual beings within my lifetime. Some I had to get rid of, some I decided to keep, and this video here is going to be speaking about one of my spiritual husband, which is one of my first. I've had him since I was born because of a broken contract within my family bloodline. And as a royal, I kind of experience things differently from regular sleeping people. So this video perspective, if you're watching this video now, hello, welcome to everyone who's in this exclusive circle of fire regarding spiritual husband from an inside, behind closed doors perspective. And my spiritual husband is a very powerful one. He's what a lot of people will call a daemon. And it's funny because I believe that you know everything that's going to happen to you before you come out into your mother's yoni. So I knew all of the troubles that I was going to have, from the problems to my avatar to my bloodline contracts and all of that. And I know for a fact that I knew I was going to have memory problems within this life, because I made it my business for my mom to call me by the name that she gave me, which was Mel Sheba Garci. That's before I was Ishara Theta Sadi Saif, before I changed my name because of vibrational purposes at that time within my life at that moment. My original name was Mel Sheba Garci, and I didn't find out till way later how powerful and how much etheric information my name alone was giving me. And because I connected my name with all of the low vibrational physical hurts that I went through, I had decided to change my name. And due to the fact that my middle name is Sheba, the meaning of Sheba, outside of the beautiful Black queen that visited the very wise Solomon. And the very wise Solomon, and she was, like him, smarter than the average queen. She traveled. See, that's the thing about royals. Let me tell you something, because this is a part of spiritual marriage. Royals, we interbreed differently from normal people. Normal people interbreed because they get pregnant, or they let their sexual prowesses overtake them, or they feel that they have to settle down, or they are trying to grow their legacy, but at the same time, they're connecting themselves with non-yoke of their yoke individuals. Okay. And as I realized who I was and where I came from and how my tribe does things, I realized that these royal bloodlines are very similar to a lot of the royals in the Bible. And Queen Sheba traveled a long way just to visit King Solomon, the wise, oracle-like King Solomon. She brought him gifts because that's what royals do. You know, we shower the prospective legacy connect with gifts to show them respect. You know, I truly believe a queen should be showered with gifts, especially when that king is trying to attain your bloodline. And a lot of people have lost that ideology of growth when it comes to marriage connections. It's when they took out the divine marriage and put in this contractual human third dimensional marriage. And she visited Solomon and she did her royal thing and had royal sex with Solomon and got pregnant by Solomon. And as a royal, she did what she had to do. She took her seed and made sure he grew up to raise him within his kingdom. Solomon had a kingdom, the Queen Sheba had a kingdom, and she knew she needed an heir. She knew she needed an heir for her kingdom, so she wanted the best heir possible. So she traveled to see this King Solomon that everybody was talking about in the Bible. And being a royal, and even being someone within the awakening path, you look more to your mates than just physical. So when I realized that my name was the complete reflection of who my spiritual husband was, it really shocked me in my younger stages. It kind of like scared me, even though I didn't find out exactly who my husband was until my mid-20s. Before my mid-20s, all the signs were there that I was married, but I couldn't comprehend or pinpoint, the reason why all of these situations were happening in my life from childhood to mid-20s, and even when I found out, he still had a good control hold around me for the late part of my 20s. And when you're dealing with high vibrational Shatan energy, because that is what my name also equals to outside of the queen who visited Solomon, Sheba. And boy, did I hate that name. I hated that name. Because everybody would be like, oh, you're Sheba. Your name is Sheba. But my mom would always tell me, your name is not Sheba. Your name is Shiba. Like that made a difference in the American third dimensional world. But that's the only thing she kept on telling me. No, c'est pas Shiba, c'est Sheba. Mwile Shiba, mpagele Shiba, mwile Shiba. Shout out to my mom. Love you. And not knowing that even before I was born, that I would leave messages for my damaged avatar body. Because I will say it, my avatar is a little damaged. I've gotten in 2 major accidents. I had a major fall when I was a child and down a full flight of steps. And I also dealt with bloodline sexual, physical abuse in both realms. So I've dealt with a lot of unconscious programming. And as a high priestess, I've healed a lot. I've rebuilt, I've rejuvenated a lot. But these systems that are put in play within this world, they're really good at what they do because they do it on multiple levels. And you have to constantly, constantly be working on the healing part of your growth. If not, you get lost in the low paradigms of kill mentality, and that's outside and inside. Now, my husband has many legions, and even though I'm about my father's work, because I truly believe my father does not want me to share this information with you. Ishra, why are you doing? And this is most of my family members who are Catholic bound and tied. Ishra, why did you go on YouTube and talk about you being married to a spiritual husband, a daemon, a shaitan, a what this world calls dark, negative, bad energy? The only thing I can say to you is that I don't believe that it's bad. I just believe that it's dark. And a lot of women go through this. A lot of men go through this. And they don't take into account the perspective of the spiritual connections that they have when they're born and that they acquire even more living this life. And I did a YouTube search, and none of the videos I saw will have this information that I'm sharing within this video right now. And if you're watching this and you feel that you have a spiritual husband, know that you are not alone. Know that you can take care of the problem. Know that you can handle any situation that is thrown your way. And Tantric Temple of Alchemy is just the spiritual consulting temple to do so. Just again, if you didn't hear me, because I love hearing the sound of my name. Hi everyone, my name is High Priestess Ishra, and I am the Beast Master and Master of Ceremonies of Tantric Temple of Alchemy, live to you on Facebook. On Tantric Temple of Alchemy, I have a list of all my services that I help my clients within their lives. And as a spiritual consulting temple, I make it my business to give you as many multi-level proactive ways to keep you in control of your life on emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental. Do not feel that you're alone. Do not feel lost and confused. Do not get to a point to where you want to kill yourself or kill someone else. Everything you deal with can be taken care of if only you tap in to the right part of you. Now, my spiritual husband is not a man to be fucked with. And I realized this. Excuse me. Give me 1 minute. I realized I realized that this phenomenon, this metaphysical fact, can really fuck up a person's mind, a person's life, and a person's perspective if they're not careful. And this video will give you signs, ways, and a little bit of comprehension and understanding of what's going on when you are dealing with spiritual husbands. Now, this video is only speaking about my particular situation with my daemon husband that I still have. I choose to keep him. Even after I found out, I assessed the situation from the outside in, even though I was living it from the inside out. And I realized that I like having him around. And I have learned to tweak and force sometimes, because he can be very abusive. I'll be honest. He's very, we talking real here. We're talking real here. He's an abusive spiritual husband. There are some spiritual husbands who are kind and nice and gentle, but mine isn't. And I guess that's why I've acquired a thick skin and high tolerance for bullshit, because having sex with a spiritual husband is very different from having sex with a humanoid. Very, very different. And I'll be honest, I'm his favorite. I'm his favorite. And he does everything within his power to keep me from sharing my energy with anyone else outside of him. He was even jealous of my business for a little while when I started and I opened up my metaphysical business. But Ishura always gets her way. Ishura always gets her way. And as a Beastmaster, I help my clients get their way. So please feel free to check me out on my business page at Alchemy Temple. No, that's not it. That's not it. At Tantric Temple of Alchemy. That's another business. That's a school, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Now, because I'm connected to my spiritual husband, it's because of a bloodline spiritual contract that I acquired from another family member of mine, which is my mother. And I should have known way sooner than I found out that I had a spiritual husband. But in my house, we weren't raised on the traditional voodoo faith. We were raised on being a Roman Catholic. So spirits and laws was not talked about. Side note, do you know that within the Haitian voodoo culture, there are certain days that the deities are allowed to come to the humans and have sexual, energetic intercourse with them? There's a certain day on Wednesdays, there's certain days on Thursdays, certain days on Saturdays for different laws. And when it comes to Haitian voodoo, even though I wasn't raised on it, it is my background. It is my power. And even when you don't know the true facts and base on who you are and where you're from, the who you are and where you're from plays a major role in how you manifest and how you utilize your self-power to gain within this low vibrational realm. Okay? Now, know that there will be signs given to you throughout your life that are little nuggets of reminders of who you are, where you're from, why you're going through this, and all of that. And I should have known that I had a fire angel as a spiritual husband. And I'm a high-ranking wife. Like, I get my way. Ishara, why are you still with your spiritual husband? Because he treats me good. He takes, outside of the abuse and the beating and the rough sex and the S&M, he treats me well. I never, ever want for anything. And that was even in the times of my not knowing who I was, you know, the energies around me, you know. I always had problems with making friends, you know. My circle has always been really restrictive and really small. And it was the same situation with lovers every time I found myself enamored or drawn to a particular humanoid. Something or some information or some situation would always reveal itself to show me that this humanoid wasn't worth my time. And I didn't learn till later on down the line that it was my spiritual husband keeping me on lockdown. And when I found out about this took me a very long time to not only register, but comprehend and then deal with the fact that this was not pretend, this was actually happening, whether you take it from the perspective of it happening from the outside in, or you're taking it from the perspective of it happened, that it's happening all within me and that I'm creating this energy. And create nothing. This is bloodline fact, okay? But even on that perspective, I didn't realize that I could actually do something about it until a long time. And I was just frustrated for a long time. And then I would purposely try to push things along, even though he would show me like a friend is a dick, or someone I work with is a dick, or a guy that I was in love with is a dick, you know? And, or it was not the person I was supposed to be connecting with at the time. And signs again will show, you know, and things will get even worse. And I would always have to hear what he was telling me, even though I didn't want to listen to what he was telling me. And I can say as a true fact that every time I didn't listen to my husband, usually it's because he was right. And I was just annoyed with the fact that he was right about the humanoid and about the information he was sending me in the etheric realm. Not only spiritual husbands, but cosmic family, ancestors, sometimes again, will show you the truth regarding a low frequency life living situation, and we ignore it as something not important. And yes, my spiritual husband is abusive, but he was always true to the information that he gave me regarding the people around me. So I don't lean on my own understanding. I stopped that long time ago. I decipher what information I will accept and what information that I will use and move on and move forward. Now, not only signs do not just come in only circumstance and truth being revealed, or situations manifesting the way that you knew that they would manifest. So let me tell you guys something. I don't think I've ever said this on any of my videos. Don't think that knowing the future saves you from getting hurt, or saves you from falling down, or saves you from a whole bunch of work that you're going to pretend or not do. Even when you see the message and acknowledge the message, there is still work that needs to be done. It's just different type of work. So ignoring the messages and not taking heed to the signs just puts you in the same low level frequency that your helper energies, which comes from you, is trying to give you. Okay? And there are other signs that they show you, like, perfect example, birthmarks. Birthmarks can be black dots and also blotched shapes of darker skin or lighter skin that are shaped into things. How they're shaped, where they're located, are all etheric signs and messages for you. And I should have known I was destined to have a spiritual attachment like a husband. Because as a queen, because I've been crowned a high priestess, what a lot of people call the whores of the pagan belief, the prostitutes, because I've had several husbands, got rid of some, kept some. And most of them are in the spiritual realm. I've never really married a humanoid. I came close several times, but dodged that bullet on the human realm thus far. Now, signs like the birthmarks, perfect example. On my left nipple, I have 1, 2, 3 birthmarks. 3, yeah, 3. And these, are you okay, babe? You gonna call Joey? Okay, your phone book is right there. Be careful of the candle. You see it? Be careful. It's not there? Unless you took it to your room, because that's where I put it last time I had it. Check your drawer. And this is a total sign that sexuality will be a high level of your life. And I guess that's why I opened up a tantric temple, because I am a master of sexual energy. And these signs can be shown to you within your body if you just examine yourself. Another sign that I would end up being a high level daemon queen is on my forehead. On the left side, I have a beauty mark. And that is a left hand crown natural tattoo of my queendom, of my status. Another level of my high priestess status. I'm not going to say where it's at, but I have a very unique, that not too many people have, a tattoo somewhere located on my ass. And it's a complete sign of High Priestess, Triple Goddess Divine. I have more than one, actually. So know that your body will share with you the signs. And if you pay attention to them, what happens to you in your life is not bad or not something to hold you back, but in all actuality, is set up for your gain if you approach it correctly. Now, there are signs in the environment, there are signs within the sexual relations you have in your regular day-to-day life. I said it before. I've had plenty of boyfriends that 1 minute they're there and the next minute they're gone. And then some boyfriends who do me dirty, I find out that they're either sick or dead. I kid you not. I kid you not. Or friends who do me dirty and they're living their life as an obese mess, unhappy, angry, and sad. What happened to my last friend here in Hawaii? We got into a fight. I tried to squash the beef. She wasn't having it. And the last time I saw her, she was obese, yo. And she looked so unhappy. Some would say I played a part in that. I would say you reap what you sow. You get what you give. And that's just cosmic law of polarity. There's also these sexual hurts that this world perpetuates. The United States of America, this earth perpetuates a very high dysfunction of sexuality. I'm like having sex with you right now in front of you. But because the information about what sexual force is so thwarted, you don't know how to implement the ways that you need in your life to activate your third eye, to manifest all your wants and your desires. And this is coming from a woman, not from a cocky perspective, but just from the dead ass fucking truth. I never want for nothing. And I guess some would say, I'm so rich, I've come to a complacent level to where, like, why should I push? Like, I get everything I want anyway. And some people would say that's fucked up, but it is the fucking candid truth. Like, I don't need to fucking push, because what I need comes, and if it don't come, it ends up coming anyway. So it is what it is, you know. Again, I live my life from a perspective from the outside looking in and not from feeling from the inside out. So I move, I think, I feel differently. And a lot of people hate that. Like, before I even knew about my spiritual husband, I'm that energy that's like super happy, super optimistic. Where there's a will, there's a way. You know, there's a reason that happened. There's a reason that happened. We gonna work it out. Shit, I want it, so I get it. You know, and before I knew that my spiritual husband was as powerful as he is, I was always happy. And that's the only energy I gave, was happy. So before I even knew that my husband's energy was dark fire, devil, angel energy, I kind of compensated that with my light bearing positive energy, which is very high. It's higher than normal. It's even higher than normal for workers and conjurers and shamans, and vampires and sorcerers and even fucking uh, masters and gurus and doctors, all of them. As a high level high priestess, my energy, because I have a spiritual husband, is much stronger and more effective than most. That's why I don't gotta do much. But these sexual hurts manifest in this low vibrational world within abuse, within fetish, within dysfunction. And it is a learned behavior that is programmed within our subconscious mind. And we utilize our imagination. I utilized my imagination to show me my inner power. And that's why even in the darkest nights, through the abuse of my spiritual husband, through the S&M etheric energy exchanges I had on the ether realm and in this low frequency third dimensional realm, for a long time I thought it was a punishment. But when I realized who I was and where I came from, I realized they were just lessons to make me stronger, so I can become and would become the high priestess that I am now at 10:20 a.m. 11/10/2018. And if my son is watching this, baby, I love you, and I know your mom was a little different, but it was all good for the bloodline. That was always your mother's number one focus. And don't let anyone of the family or any of your friends or any of the people who don't know you and your bloodline tell you different. I love you, baby. Now, there are meta signs that will show you in this world that you have a spiritual husband, outside of the fact that they may separate you, they may isolate you. I went through a lot of isolation when I was younger because, again, I was the favorite, and you can say I wasn't allowed to really have too many friends, but I was cool with it because every time he pulled a friend away or a lover away or a family member away, it was always backed up with hardcore affirmation. So within my long periods of isolation, my craft grew very different from other people. I really didn't have too many friends. So most of my life, I was building within my craft, within who I am and who I was as a being living within the awakening. And I really didn't get to know the mysteries of the Haitian Noir till later on in my life. And it was a Haitian mister that ordained me. Shout out to Ogun. Shout out to Ogun Friji. Shout out to Ogun Friji. Because my spiritual husband is so intense. A lot of the Lois, they fucked with me, but they wouldn't share with me the full truth of who I was. And it was Ogunfueje that made that happen. He even shouted out a worker who I was paying at the time. I didn't do my own magic. I paid people to do it. And Ogun helped me see that a woman that I was paying to do magic for me with the situation that I was dealing with a very unruly African who was trying to marry me, he shouted that worker out and was like, I'm going to take care of your problem, unlike that bitch you paid. And This is how I know from the depths of my soul and from the life that I've lived that being a magical mystic millionaire is not selling a product. It's not being popular. It's not um, being liked by others. It is a walk that you go through. And it's a walk that you feel in your heart that you gotta share to help another from 1 to 1,000. I believe if you're sharing or helping one person, and this is why I continue to do my videos, because I have people who send me messages back saying, thank you for your video. It really opened a light on a perspective that I wanted to learn about. And even though I'm not really affluent with words like some, I know my shit. And even though I may sometimes mispronounce a word or misrelay an information because of my avatar dysfunctions and my mental attacks, because I've had plenty of extraterrestrials operating on me. They follow me, as in I've been watched from birth on my awakening because they knew I was going to be a beast. They knew it. So I've been having the watchers follow me in my evolution of awakening. And I'll say it again because a lot of people don't get it. I evolve quicker than most people. So while people are taking 10, 15 years to learn one lesson, I'm banging out lesson after lesson every month. I have no time to marinate in the fake bullshit. I know what's important. And I know what I hold cool, what I hold close to me, and what's important to me. It's not this body. It's not getting a nut. It's not chasing no fictitious holographic bullshit. It's my awakening. And on this day, the 10th of November, I say to you, if you think you have a spiritual husband, there are meta signs that you can see within your life that he is there. And no matter what anybody else say, you can start doing proactive things to get your life back in order. And at Tantric Temple of Alchemy, that's Tantric Temple of Alchemy, we focus on utilizing sexual energy to help you on all levels of life. Because within Life Coach Healing, we are an exclusive temple that works 1-to-1 with the individual to master their God body and master their God mind with light and dark energy. Tantric Temple of Alchemy. Within Life Coach Healing, we are healing hearts, one heart at a time. Now, these signs can come up in many ways. Have you woken up with bruises on certain parts of your body? That is a perfect sign of a spiritual husband marking his territory. I can't hide mine. I was in an abusive spiritual relationship for so long that I'm riddled with aftermarks of my spiritual husband's prowess. I remember young, this was before I knew about spiritual husbands. I think I was in 5th grade, 6th grade. And I used to get pleasure off of cutting myself. And I feel that was a manifestation, a low frequency manifestation of the rough, multi-leveled, multi-demonic sex that I was having in the spirit realm. Yeah, I was abused by a family member in my life, one, but my abuse in the spirit realm was much more, which is why No one can say my crown as a high priestess is fake, because not too many people want to perpetuate the fact that they are a sacred whore. And that's what I am. A sacred whore. A sacred bitch. And my title has come with a lot of sacrifices. A lot of sacrifices, and I'm not ashamed of who I am. And so because I used to cut myself, I knew that the feeling of, I was trying to synthesize and fake and generate the feeling of pain that I was feeling within the unknown ether realm as a child. When you are being abused in the spirit realm, you manifest this hurt through your life. And you manifest this hurt through your life through sad feelings and hurtful thoughts and paranoid thought forms of others coming to hurt you and do you dirty. I'm here to tell you, beloved, that is not the truth. The hurt is from within you, and you must work on the healing to overcome the hurt. By tapping into the hurt spots, you are fully accessing, you're going straight to the source of all your demons, even your spiritual husband demons. So don't be afraid to face the hurt. Face it. Hurt from it, cry from it. Then climb over that wall and see the garden on the other side. You also deal with the manifestations in this world of body aches after a very aggressive energy exchange with a spiritual husband. And again, keep in mind, this could be spiritual husband, this could be extraterrestrial, this could be a lioness, archon, angel. Anytime you wake up from a sleep and you're angry and you're causing dysfunction in the family and you're fighting with the one person you connected with to build a fucking empire, when you decide to turn away from the exact thing that was put there to help you, you know that these are malignant energy beings that are blocking you from your core connection with self. And not only body aches will show up, but even going to sleep and waking up, you'll find scratches on parts of your body. I call these the battle wounds, these fights of war that you have within your mental mind as you sleep. And spiritual husbands sometimes play a part with that. Now, my bloodline husband mind fucked me. And again, this could be a bloodline husband. This could be a spiritual husband you acquired within your lifetime during your going abouts in life. This could be a spiritual husband that is sent to you because of some low-level, scared-ass humanoid that wants to slow you down. This could be even a contracted husband that is sent to you so you can learn from, but learn from the dark side. You know, there are good spiritual husbands out there, you know, the ones that make sure that you don't remember all of the things that may hinder the humanoid that lives within, just say that won't hinder the spirit that lives within the actual individual humanoid body. That's one thing I could say about my spiritual husband. He made sure that I only remember certain interactions with him. I think he tried to set it up to where I don't remember nothing, but I remember certain moments of our interaction. And even though in the beginning he was abusive, I learned and acquired my power to master him and not only get what I want, but keep him, I guess you would say, in check to a degree. Because he be doing too much sometimes, I swear to God. He just be doing too much. Like most of my sexual interludes were purposely done because I knew, before I knew about my husband, that there was a force trying to stop the energy exchange. So I was being what some would say insubordinate, you know, and even when things would not go right and I'd set up meetings with men that I knew I wasn't supposed to set up meetings for. And I would go extra, extra hard to seal the deal. Baby, when I'm finished this video, I'm going to make lunch, okay? Okay. All right. It won't be long. I'm almost finished. To seal the deal with these men who I totally knew didn't deserve this godly yoni. And I finally grew out of that. I finally grew out of that. And I grew out of that way sooner than most people. There has been long time periods where I went without no sex because there just wasn't enough energy forms around me that was worthy enough to even get the pussy. I was just doing a lot of self-love. A lot of self-love. Okay? So know that these spiritual husbands do not just come within bloodlines, but they come in many different ways, from many different energy fields from the outside. And they do get attached, especially if the pussy is phenomenally amazing. And once I realized that it was my spiritual husband playing the major role in keeping me disconnected from society. Yes, I get it, beloved. You are protecting me from society. Yes, beloved. I know that you knew how sensitive and innocent I was, and I could have easily been taken advantage of, like I was for the first couple of years of my adult going into my adolescence, going into my adulthood. But I still believe I didn't have enough opportunities of guess you would say, intimate exchange because it wasn't tolerated within my cipher. But it still never hindered me from becoming a master at the sexual arts. Now, I have to warn you, spiritual husbands will utilize fetishes to keep you happy, content, and separated from any type of low frequency or outside sexual exchanges. And this is in the physical, mental, emotional, and all the realms. And they do this with utilizing the information that this world perpetuates on TV, to radio, to mind, to family structure, to the government systems. They're all set up to keep you in fetish mentality, confused. Don't wonder why they're killing Black people. Don't wonder why you have these individuals shooting and killing each other. That's what this world perpetuates. And if you're not following your awakening, then you too will fall victim to the sleeping states of society. And the spiritual husbands, if they're the bad ones, the out of control ones, they'll utilize fetishes. Perfect example. Have you ever seen a movie called Kikaru? Matter of fact, hold on, I have to show you this real quick. I did a video on this movie. It's an African movie, and it's called Kikiru, the Kikaru, Ki, Kiriku, excuse me, called Kiriku. And this is the second video of the first video. Let me show you, because you guys, if you can get this movie explains how much of a god you are. And in my Mama's Family Circle, my kids station for all the spiritual parents, I do a review on this movie. Not this one, but I did I believe, check Mama's Family Circle or I Am Ishra. I did a review on this movie. I fell in love with this movie. And a great thing to do with family time is watch conscious movies with your kids that will open up the doorways of who they are and allow them to remember their ancient information, even after the programming state of video games and the ritual of forgetfulness. Kirikou. Kirikou is about a little boy who came out of his mama's yoni, and through his adventures, he defeats the goddess queen. I Karaba. 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 This movie is amazing, you guys. And Karaba is the goddess that has his tribe on lockdown. You know how this is so good. Okay, I have to take a minute to talk about this. Karaba is the queen that has his tribe on lockdown. And Kirikou is just an inquisitive boy who wants questions answered. And I love this. And me and my, matter of fact, because I took out this movie. Audrey, we watching Kirikou tonight for family movie. Okay? Huh? Okay. Yeah, you're going to watch this whether you like it or not. We're going to watch this together because this shows. Huh? But why? Because Kirikou has a lot of messages I want to share with you. So we're going to watch it to review the messages. We haven't watched Kirikou since you were a kid. You watched Kirikou when you were a baby with me and you loved it. You're going to love it again, goddammit. No, there's some things I want to show you and remind you in the movie, okay? We'll have popcorn. We'll have s'mores. Okay? He said, why am I trying to make him love things? Because I'm your mother and that's my job. I'm your spiritual mother and that's my job. You don't want to spend time with me? You do. You don't have to love it. I just want you to listen to the information. You take what you want. You let go of what you don't want. Okay? I'm not forcing you to like anything. I just want to have family time and we're going to watch Kirikou. All right. What was I saying? Yes. So Karaba, the goddess that they pray to within the tribe, has a curse on the tribe. You know how she has the curse on the tribe? All of the men in the tribe are gone. She ate them. Karaba! She ate them. She ate them. So there's no men in the tribe. And this is a perfect example on how the earth, United States of America, the world, the Milky Way, keeps the society asleep. They are separating the men from the tribe. And I knew that, you know, and they perpetrate the home environment with the man gone. Or if the man is in the house, they're perpetrating holographic low frequency thought forms to keep them mentally separated, even though he's in the house with these fetishes. And to go back to what we were talking about, Karaba has these fetish warriors that come and execute her will on the tribe. Okay, and that's all I'm going to say about that. You guys, check out Kirikou, support the Black filmmakers. This is made by a Black man, and I bought both DVDs. And all of my children watch this because it allows an open dialogue. Because you guys don't understand. Kirikou comes out his mama's yoni. Kirikou walks out his mom's yoni and knows everything. And mentally, that's how our children are. Okay? Kirikou crawls out of his mother's yoni, and he said, "Mother, I need a bath. Mother, I need a bath." His mother goes, "Well, if you can walk out my yoni and talk to me, then you can give yourself a bath." So he goes into, I love this movie. All the children who come to me, mandatory, must watch this movie. Open dialogue must start, to know their God bodies and God mind. And he goes, "Okay, mother." So he goes into this water bowl and he washes himself. Get Kirikou. Get Kirikou. The name of the goddess, the triple goddess in this movie is Kariba. And every time the fetish come at him or go does her will, Kariba. And they're like little machines. And they have no minds. They just follow what Kariba says. You want to teach your children about who they are as God bodies and God mind, make them watch. Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion is advised. Within this movie, they personify how our tribes was before we were stolen, before our knowledge was stolen from the cave dwellers. They're naked, okay? So if you're not comfortable with watching a movie with the child and the tribe being naked, even Karaba, the goddess, then you need to watch it and get used to it first before you share it with your kids. You know, I love the fact that all of the characters are naked because that's how the tribal culture did things before the aliens got together with the outed blacks, the cave dwellers, the non-melanated ones, and got together and conquered this world with bloodshed and religion. Buy this, support this, and build your children's mind on who they are within their God bodies and God mind. And he wins every adventure he goes on. Okay, spoiler alert, if you don't want to know the ending of this DVD, fast forward real quick right now. Feel free to fast forward in any of my videos when you don't want to hear any particular information. Spoiler alert. At the end of the series, Kirikou saves the tribe, and within exchanging power with the goddess, he becomes a man. And that is pure personification of my royal lineage. Usually my brother will end up my lover because those bloodlines, to stay pure, they interbreed with themselves. And Kirikou at the end of the movie grows into a man and gives the goddess a life-giving cosmic orgasm, a cosmic soul-gasm of a kiss, and wakes up a side of her that was sleeping, because she was all destructive. She was all black flame energy. And by getting a kiss from this God boy who learned his lessons of who he was as a God mind and God body, awakened in the dark godness of full oneness. And they got together. A lot of people weren't happy about that shit, because when a God body and a God mind of a twin flame energy source from two individuals come together, many people will be not happy about that. So yeah, get Kirikou, you guys. It's a good spiritual movie that you can share with your kids and build on who they truly are. And the spiritual husbands utilize these powerful dark fetishes for our bad by filtrating them within this holographic world, within a disconnective, dysfunctional way. Okay? So know that they also utilize these dysfunctional fetishes within systems like Pornhub. I'll use me for an example. I'll be the guinea pig. For a long time, I don't remember the time period, but it was when I was older, I used to get off on watching certain videos that had anime bestiality, which was animation with monsters fucking well-endowed anime women. And I didn't realize till later on down the line that this was a way that my spiritual husband allowed me, or I should say, allowed himself, his energy, to tap into me, to make my energy more pliable, to connect with him within the ethers. And I enjoyed that for a long time, and I would just enjoy watching Beast fuck anime women. sometimes on multiple beasts, on one woman, multiple holes, multiple exchanges. And these were just like regular, these videos that I watched, they weren't humans, they were beasts. And I should have known because I liked back then to watch Beast get it on, that there was a beast in my mind, in my sleep realm, fucking me on a regular. And I grew to enjoy that, you know? So that is a perfect sign that different fetishes that you enjoy within the sexual arts. And I don't get off on that actually anymore. I've raised my vibration higher, way higher than that. And I could fuck myself nowadays and not need any tools to do so. My pineal gland just squirts. You know, my pituitary gland just squirts on my pineal gland and I'm good to go. And I'm more proactive with filtering my powerful sexual energy. And also through fetishes, you like a girl with big tits, then your spiritual husband will make sure you find or around women with big tits to keep you titillated and aroused. So you're more pliable within the ethers. They'll show you dream states of what you like and what you are accustomed to, just to get your mind on a level to where they can siphon your energy. Because as they play these dreams, as you feel these emotions, your spiritual husband will mind fuck you whenever they want until you acknowledge that they're there, and you deal with them. Now, also keep in mind that S&M plays a part in sexual husbands keeping you locked down, and they will have you in a state of bliss because of pain. Perfect example, me cutting my arms when I was younger. Or there was a very short time where I enjoyed asphyxiation. I enjoyed the feeling of a man with his arms around my neck while he physically fucked me. This was like around the time of me being older, you know, and my desires changed and I enjoyed watching on Pornhub or thinking about it in my mind of a man taking advantage of me and having my neck held on to. And those thought forms are very dangerous, especially if you're having sexual relations with someone who doesn't know when to stop, or someone whose fetish is also that same type of thought form. So you have to be very careful with these fetishes. And to end this video, let's talk about protection. Now, there are many ways you can protect yourself, and I just want to give you one or two ways that you can see that no, you're not crazy. Know that this is happening. And yes, oh, you found the plug? Where was it?
Well, I was like watching TV here, called Joey and stuff, and I already called you, and then I put it here, and then I must have
Went under? Okay, good. I'm glad you found it. And then, yeah, they'll utilize these fetishes for their gain to keep you lost, to keep you confused, to keep you sad, to keep you feeling as if you're in a confined state. One way to protect yourself And again, you guys keep in mind on my business page at Tantric Temple of Alchemy, you can contact me or look at all of my services to see, because I can help you on many ways. There's so many ways. I had to list the different services, and we could strategically attack that problem you have, whether it be a spiritual husband or anything else. There could be so many different things that could be wrong that I could help you with. Um, my services just allow for a distinct way of attack to deal with your situation. And the fetishes can be dealt with. You know, the fetishes can actually help you if you approach it in a different way. So protect yourself. And by protecting yourself, you have to get into your God body and your God mind. That's a must. If you don't get into your God body and your God mind, you are setting yourself up to repeat paradigms that you're trying very hard not to repeat. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you for taking the time out to watch my videos. And I hope I was able to just enlighten on certain levels on how the spiritual husband will affect your life. You know, you can take care of these annoying ass, troublesome, trickster ass spirits if you approach the situation on multiple levels. My name is High Priestess Ishra, and this has been my sexual spiritual interludes, series 2, Spiritual Husbands. Look out for the third installment coming soon. Thanks for listening, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Enjoy your day. Peace.